Hi there chaps, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm discussing why Battlefield 6 and Vietnam would be a good symbiosis. Now, the debate is still going on strong, even in the comment section of my own videos, between Battlefield 6 being in modern day and the pros and cons, and Battlefield 6 being set in Vietnam. But in this video I'm going to be specifically looking at why Vietnam is the right direction to take, and there's a lot of reasons for it. So hopefully for those who are back in the modern day setting, this might change your opinion a little bit to why Vietnam might be a good idea. And for those who still want to see Battlefield 6 in Vietnam, hopefully I can just put your perspective into words a little bit better. If you do enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe. We do everything Battlefield on this channel, so if you're a Battlefield fan, this is the place for you. So getting into things then, I think Vietnam as a setting provides fantastic opportunities for Battlefield 6 to really up its game in map design. If anyone's ever been to Vietnam or seen Vietnam on the internet images, some of the places are absolutely stunning there. This is the one that comes to mind and comes to a lot of people's mind, is Ha Long Bay in Vietnam. And I mean, look at this. The opportunity for map design here is stunning. I mean, this reminds me a lot of the map we saw in Battlefield 4 Wake Island, with the different islands and then a large vehicle gameplay outside, out in the air and out on the water. This is something they could definitely do again, if not better, with Battlefield Vietnam. Just imagine all the different islands here having cave systems in where close quarters infantry combat is really prevalent, but then out on the water you've got a lot of different water vehicles, you've got helicopters like the Cobra going around, you've got jets flying overhead. I think it would be absolutely amazing, and it really brings some gravitas to it because it would be based on a real world location. And then it's not only iconic locations in Vietnam that would be fantastic. Vietnam is known for its Vietnamese forests and its rural villages and locations, especially back in the 1960s and 70s. I mean, you can just kind of have a look at some of the images here of Vietnam and the villages, and how cool would this be? This reminds me, so these kind of rustic villages in a landscape of a lot of forest reminds me of my favorite map on Battlefield 4, and that was Community Operations Operation Outbreak. I mean, just take a look at the clip. You can see these rustic towns, the large forests, the waterworks. And the infantry combat and the close quarters combat here was so good, but also the vehicle gameplay was really fun. You'd go in with a vehicle, you'd have infantry coming at you at all sides, you'd really make a difference, you'd be getting tons of kills. It was just such an enjoyable experience, which is another thing Vietnam you could really develop some of the locations in Vietnam into maps like this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not impossible to make maps like this in a modern day setting, but I really think it helps people that design maps to have a good storyboard, let's say, when it comes to starting off with map design. If you're going to make something out of nothing, then it's harder to grasp it. Whereas if you're in Vietnam and you're seeing all these locations, I think you can have a really good crack at creating some fantastic maps. But not only that, I think Vietnam gives us the opportunity to tell a fantastic story or single player with Battlefield 6. Now, I think the campaign has been pretty lackluster with Battlefields over the past few years. I'd say even with Battlefield 3, it was pretty laggy. I mean, it was okay in terms of story, but it was nothing to write home about. Now, if anyone's watched the most recent Call of Duty Cold War trailer, I thought that was fantastic. You had the AI model of Reagan. It really grounded the story with with a bit of history behind it, rather than just being a fictional story where, yes, they can be entertaining. I think a story is that much better when it has some truth to it. So not only is it an enjoyable, maybe slightly dramatized story, but also you're getting a little bit of a history lesson out of it. And the Vietnam War is a fascinating war to look into. It's not like many conventional wars. It was a 19-year-long Cold War with many different factions involved. You had, the South Vietnamese, the United States, North Korea, USSR at the time, China involved, and the interplay of all these different superpowers and the Vietnamese forces on the ground. You could tell a really good story, I think, with Vietnam. And the final thing is gameplay. a lot of people want modern day setting because of the vehicles, the modern weapons, but I really do think that some of the vehicles used in the 1960s and 70s still deliver on what people are looking for in a modern day setting, and if not, are a little bit more interesting than your standard M1 Abrams tank. I mean, if you take a look at some of this stuff, I mean, tell me these don't look fairly modern to me. I mean, I don't have a fantastic eye for really modern day tanks. I'm not a weapon guru or anything, or an avid fan of them. But to me, these look pretty modern. These don't look like the World War One and World War Two tanks we've seen in Battlefield 5. And now, yes, I mean, this one looks like an absolute beast. Like some of these things, you know what I mean? The M88 Hercules, they look fun to be in and they look modern. And then you have a nice touch of other things like this that were used in the Vietnam War. So the technical, I mean, imagine this with your mates, like driving around maybe on the side, you know, the Vietnamese forces with like that big LMG on the top, like taking out helis, transport helis, stuff like that. I don't know, I just feel like this Vietnam setting brings a little bit of atmosphere I haven't seen in Battlefield before, or at least in a very long time. I never played the Vietnamese games or Battlefield Bad Company and the Vietnamese expansion pack. So for me and a lot of gamers out there that are my age, 22 to 25, this is a whole new gaming experience for them in the Battlefield franchise, whereas a lot of us at this point are still have played Battlefield 3 and 4, and there is actually still quite an avid fan base for those games. And it's not just land vehicles that are really cool. You've got some fantastic iconic aircraft as well. You've got the MiG-21, that Russian fighter jet. You've got the Cobra, which was introduced, probably one of the first proper attack helis used in military combat, and it's cool. It delivers on everything that people want modern day wise, yet still grounds it in a story that we haven't heard in a while, told by Battlefield as a franchise, and I think it's a really good contender for Battlefield 6. Now, whether they do it, I think that's a discussion for another video, and I have discussed it in another video. You can go and check that out on the left. On the right, I actually point to a theory that suggests Battlefield 6 might be in Vietnam off the back of Jack Fragg's stopwatch teaser, which you can go and check out as well. If you did enjoy this though, I'd really appreciate that subscribe. It does help me out as a small channel, only if you enjoyed though, and while you're at it, maybe leave a like. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching as always. I hope you have a great day, and peace out.